Hello, my name is Linda Felix, and I want to share with you the story of a man who crossed the border with only 75 cents in his pocket and is now one of the most distinguished Hispanic entrepreneurs. This is the story of Francisco, Pancho Trejo, a man who came to the United States with set goals, worked very hard, and little by little achieved them. Through his hard work, he has received many blessings and has used them to bless others around him. He is a man committed to his values, his family, and his community, an inspiration and a leader.
Hello, I'm Francisco Trejo. I am 64 years old and I live here in Shreveport, Bossier City, Louisiana. I'm consider myself a good person, hardworking, honest. I will describe myself like a ambitious person that always try to better myself, always look up to other people for good examples, and at the same time always try to teach others what I had learned. I immigrated to the United States 40 some years ago, back in 1978, and I've been here ever since then. I immigrated to this country with the same purpose like most of us, most of everybody. Try to better yourself, try to give a better opportunities for yourself and for your family, and to look up for opportunities. I remember it was not easy. The language was a barrier, but I noticed at the very beginning. So what I did, I went to school. I got myself enrolled in a language school that I went to learn English. That was the only class I took, but I took it for a while. I knew that I come here to stay, so I have no choice but to learn the language. At the beginning, when I first came to the United States, I stayed in Texas for a short time until my brother, the older brother that was already here in Louisiana, he got in touch with me and invited me over, and he thought there was a better opportunities around here, and I like the idea, so I come to where he was and to have like a family around, because he was the only family member that was around here at that time. Well, the most difficult thing that was back then, it was the language barrier. It is. If you don't speak the language, especially back then, when it was not a whole lot of translators, or it was not a whole lot of people that speak English or bilingual, English, Spanish, back then it was hard to find somebody to translate. Even to make a phone call, I remember I had trouble when you called the operator and you say, I want to make a long distance call to Mexico. They didn't understood me what I was trying to say. So I remember a couple of times I even had to pay somebody to translate for me or make the phone call for me. So that was one of the biggest issues for me. I am married. I have 2 children. I have a girl and a boy. Life has been good to me and especially to my family. I have lots of friends. I know a lot of people, and I have a good friendship with way too many people. One of the goals that I make to myself to help my immediate family, at least, to help them come up here, and I did. I did everything I could to bring them up here legally, and now today they all here, all my sisters and brothers, except the oldest one that passed away a few years back. In my life, a lot of people has influenced in me, like to have a role model to follow. I always look up to people with experience and people with knowledge that I can ask questions, or I can ask for advice, and I make sure they don't mislead me. I want to make sure they tell me the right thing to do, and what not to do and what to do. It would be unfair to mention just a couple of people, but there's been a lot of people, the people that I worked for back then. My immediate, some of my family, I look up to them for advice, and they try to correct me if I make mistakes, or try to lead me the right way. When I start my business, I have already some experience about restaurants, because my brother and I, we work for Italian places, or Italian people. I remember this Italian restaurant, Firenze's restaurant, Mr. Campanella, Mr. Giuseppe. We worked for them, and they was nice people, and they didn't mind answer questions. After that, I worked for Mr. Elias Cifuentes at Nicky's Mexican Restaurant, and I worked for Nicky's for three and a half years, and I talked to Elias, and I talked to everybody about business, how to work, and how. And I already have the notion, and I have the ambition, and I have the vision. I have the vision about to become a business owner, to work for yourself. I always heard it's good to have your own business and to become your own boss, and yes, you sacrifice a lot of things, but at the end of the road, is well worth it. About the investment, back then, I'm talking about back in 1983, $5,000 investment. It was enough for me. Now these days, you can't even buy a deep fryer with $5,000. To be a restaurant owner, restaurant manager, it always was fun, and always was good to work hard and to. When you first start, I remember it was very little business. It was some days we didn't have any sales, but we're still hanging there, and slowly, after the years went by, we start to being recognized, and people start recognizing Trejo's restaurant. And we got to the point where we become very, very successful. We was one of the top restaurants for a long time, and the biggest obstacles is when the city start growing, and the competition comes around, competitors and other names of restaurants, Mexican restaurants, and when you work so much and so hard, and you get to fulfill you get to fulfill your goals. You get to a point where you stop fighting and you stop trying to get better. You get to a point where I've done enough, I work enough, getting old, getting tired. So this is, I think you have to, as a human, as a person, you have to find a point to step aside, to get away, to find time to relax after so many times. I worked 40 years in this industry, and one of the biggest problem is labor. Labor is a big problem right now in this industry. You cannot find the workers. It's sad to say that, but it is the truth. We opened the first restaurant March 1983.
Which one location?
There was on Westgate. Right after that, a couple years later, we opened one on Uri Drive. We was there for about 10 years. We did good. Then we opened one in North Market. Then we opened another restaurant on Mansfield Road. And then we come back to Uri Drive. Well, at one time we had 7 restaurants, and it became too much. Up until the pandemic, we was fine. Everything was fine. With the pandemic, what this catastrophe happened to the whole world, it was not just me. It was not just us. But I don't want to sound bad, but ever since, nothing has been the same. Business-wise, nothing's been the same again. And I don't know if I ever see it to everything be normal again. I might not have that opportunity. This 2022, and ever since after the pandemic, I feel like it's so risky to open business, especially restaurants. I mean, that's the only thing I know. To open a restaurant, a food establishment, is one of the most risky business. It's hard. It's the way the prices of groceries going up and up and up, and the rent. For you to go and rent a place, they want an arm and a leg right now these days. Because I'm talking about 40 years ago, 37 years ago, you can rent any place anywhere, for $1,000. Now these days, it's not easy. And it's just the time has changed. One of the good things that happened to me and to whoever have business back then because we was just a handful of restaurants, and we was packed every day. We was making good money, and everybody was fine. But now these days there is too many choices where you can eat and where you can go, and everywhere you can go there's a place to eat. So right now it's very competitive. I find it kind of somehow difficult for any mom and pop place to do good. Yes, these big chain restaurants, they do good everywhere they go because they got all the backup financial, they got all the backup that they can survive. They can go through bad times. But a small mom and pop place, they can't survive. They can't survive. They have to do good, and I find it difficult for small places to do good right now. In my life, I have lots of good moments and good glory moments. For example, become a father, starting a family. That was a great moment in my life. One of the most glorious moments was when I became a grandpa. And as far as business, I was very, very successful for a long time. I had some good times. We have glorious moments through all my life. As far as having locations and different areas of the city, have restaurants here and there, it was great for a long time. But it comes to a point where you had to give up. You had to give up something out of your life, that you can't manage. You don't have the ability to continue. So you had to cut here and cut there. We had closed some restaurants and sell some properties and like I say earlier, it's some time when it's time for you to step aside, to step away before somebody can run over you. After work so many years, after you have done your goals, after you complete your journey that you had set in your life, there's time to come to you that you can set some new goals about to enjoy life, enjoy your grandbabies, have some quality time at home, look at life from a different way. About failure, I can't even think about anything big enough or even worth to talk about some failure in my life. I think everything in my life has been positive. Everything in my life has been good. Maybe it could be that I wasn't not expecting so much. Seems like I always got more than what I expected, and it seems like I always get where I wanted to go without having a lot of trouble, problems to get there. I mean, I had a couple business that didn't make it, but I didn't call it like a failure. I just call it like bad experience. It's life has been good to me. I don't regret anything that I try or I've done. Everything is pretty much satisfactory. In order to receive, you had to give. I have experience in my life. The more you give, the more you get. The more you help, the more help you get. I have helped a lot of people through all these years. I have helped people going into business. I had lent money to people to go into business. Some of them they still in business, some of them they fail. I have give a lot of my time. I have contribute or volunteer. I was volunteer at the Shriners Hospital for 20 years. They go by hours. I forgot all the hundreds and hundreds of hours that I volunteer over there, and it was always so good. It was a good feeling when you help other people that need some help, and children from South America that they were coming up here to the hospital seeking help, and sometimes I cannot make them feel better or less the pain. But when they hear somebody say "Hola," hi, in your language, you can see that they bright up their faces. Mm-hmm. And when you talk to them, and we did a lot of things. We did a lot of things with the Shriners Hospital. I helped a long time. I stopped doing that because different reasons. I helped many years in LULAC. LULAC was a Latin organization that we raised money and we did fundraisers, and we helped a lot of young kids to help them to go through college. And I help at my church. I've been involved in my church for a long time. I'm a member of the financial council. I'm a member of other stuff in there, and I've done all this all my life. I remember one thing when I become U.S. citizen, when I did my test. I never forget this date when I show up at the New Orleans at the immigration center for the interview, and the officer, he told me, resume your life. What have you done this many years? And I say, I'm married, I had 2 children, I work 10 hours a day, I volunteer at the Shriners Hospital, I work with LULAC. And the immigration officer say, you done all this? I say, yeah. He said, congratulations. You are a United States citizen from now on. He said, write this sentence for me. He told me the sentence. I was supposed to write, good citizens do vote on election day. And he was impressed with me. For all of the things that I did back then, I don't do as much now, but I did a lot of things back then, and I tried to contribute my part, my share. I tried to help, and I'm not going to mention who I helped and who did I give what, because I'm not going to. But there's a lot of people that I had help. My life today, as a person, I feel like I have reached all my goals. I fulfilled my life completely. I had reached my horizons that I had set in life. I don't think there is one thing in life that I want to achieve anymore. Maybe it's not because I don't want to, but maybe I don't want to set any more goals that I don't feel like capable of doing it. I feel 100% satisfied. Life has been very fair to me. Some people I hear this saying that you're lucky, and sometimes it's just not lucky. You're blessed. But that's what I consider myself. I've been very blessed. I have received so many blessings through life. I have achieved the American dream. It's not easy because I have known so many people that they come after, they chase the American dream, and it just don't happen sometimes. But it's there. The American dream is there. It does exist. The opportunity is there. It's all about you. If you want to go get it and hold on to it and grab it, because the American dream, it does exist, and it's here for anybody and everybody. That's what American dream means to me. I only ask to life, I ask to God for however many years I have left in my life, to be happy, to have a good, healthy life, to have a happy family, surrounded with happiness, and live peacefully. I still run some businesses. I still working in some ways and different projects. And I only ask to have peace in my heart, and my families, my friends. I hope we become more united, help each other. And what I want in the future is to see my own people, my raza, to accomplish the dreams, to look up for each other, to help each other, to become united again, to be safe, to be honest, to work, because work don't kill you. Work make you better. Drugs kill you. Stay away from drugs. That's something that I always advise. To my community, I would like for them to know that there is opportunities, that it's possible to succeed in life, that the opportunities are there. And there is lots of ways to climb in life. There is plenty of opportunities. There is plenty of chances. There's a lot of ways to succeed in life and to do good. And whatever you do, is to set your goals and be persistent, and you will come up okay at the end. to those new people that wants to start a business, young people that start a new early journey in life with a goal in the mind. I would recommend something that I didn't have in my early years, which was education. I didn't have any college. I'm even embarrassed sometimes to talk about my education because I only went through 6th grade. That's it. And I was not prepared. I was not ready in life to face what I faced through life, through my business. I always wish to have some education and further education and have college and have some knowledge about especially accounting, about basic laws that you need to know in life. You need to prepare yourself with education and set your goals after that. And it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard the first few years, but like with persistent loyalty and sacrifice. You have to sacrifice a lot of things, but it's possible. If I can do it, if I did it, anybody can do it. After my existence expire in this life, after I'm gone, if anybody think about Pancho Trejo, Francisco Trejo, I wanted to be remembered as somebody that tried hard, give 110% on anything and everything that I did. But at the end of the road, I always succeed, always made my goals. I wanted to be remembered like somebody that came to this land, to this beautiful country of opportunities. That I come here one day with 75 cents in my pocket. And those 75 cents make me a fortune. So I want and I wish this for a lot of people, for everybody that wants to make it through life good. I want everybody to know that it is possible. Nothing in this life is impossible. That's how I like to be remembered. I wanted to be looked at as a good example. It's been some people that come to me and say, how did you did it? What is the secret? Not everybody has done what you did. And I always say, it takes a lot of work. Work. And you have to be a good administrator of your life, you have to be a good person. So I wanted to be remembered like a hard-working man that accomplished most of my goals that I set in life. And I wish for a lot of people, for lots and lots of people to do the same thing I did.